So now we will be starting with the biodiversity. What is the definition of this biodiversity? When we talk about this, the official, or we can say the definition of biodiversity means what is the diversification which is there in particular species. Okay, the diversification in the sense means heterogeneity. That means how actually we see that our kind of the species are actually having lot of diversification. As I told you already that there are lots of ants which are actually present, and we know how many species of ants are actually present. So if you talk about the ants, then there are at least 20,000 ants, 20,000 ant species, and each and every species again they are having many in numbers. Like suppose if you take yourself as a species of homo sapiens, there are so many homo sapiens are there. It's not only that Prasansa and Bindeshwar and me and only 5 or 6 of us. There are so many human beings are actually associated with this species. That means if you talk about the 20,000 different species of ants, obviously you have to be careful about that there are many other species which are included in this particular ant species. Okay, many other numbers are there. So this is what we see actually the biodiversity it means, that is the heterogeneity. So I will just write over here heterogeneity in, you can take it down, heterogeneity in all organization level. This is very important, that is heterogeneity in all organization level is actually referred to as a biodiversity. Now which of the scientists actually coined the term? That is Rawson has coined the term, the term that is biodiversity. But who was the one who actually popularized? That is Edward Wilson. So Edward Wilson actually popularized this particular term. Okay, so we can see that biodiversity is very common among our, what we can say, the ecological value. We have to know this biodiversity. Now the question arises that who all are actually dealing with that, the biologists or those who all are studying about that, who all are actually dealing with this kind of study. So they can be ecologists. So ecologists, they are actually mainly studying, and we can say the environmental biologists also actually deal with this particular study. What is their work actually? They have to discover the lot of different type of species which are actually available surrounding our environment. That is the most important part, which is actually surrounding our environment. They have to study. Now how will they study? On which aspect they will be able to study? That is maybe environmental aspect they will study, maybe the genetic aspect they can study, species aspect they can study. Now when we talk about this organizational level, kindly be careful about this. When we are talking about this organizational level, what actually we mean by this? We came to the very important part of this chapter now, that is heterogeneity in all organization level is seen. This heterogeneity means differentiate, different parts, or we can say different types. This is actually seen in all organizational level. How? For example, this can be seen even in the biomolecules. Actually, where we are coming from, that is very important. We are actually formed from the biomolecules. What I was telling, that who created us, that is actually the biomolecules is actually considered as the lower level in this organization. It is the lowest level, that is the biomolecules. We have already learned what is a biomolecule. So if the biomolecules we understand their diversification, then that helps us to know that how the biodiversity has grown even from the biomolecular level, right? So when we talk about this, let us take the example of biomolecules. Like we have learned nucleic acid, so I'm writing just N for nucleic acid. We have also seen in this case what are the biomolecules. Some proteins are also included in the biomolecules, right? What are the different type of proteins which are there in with we already know that. And we also have learned about the amino acids from these protein molecules, how these amino acids are actually getting formed. Okay, so this is very important, so kindly note it down. When you will see this, you will be able to understand that how the organizational level has actually have this kind of diversification. Okay, so I am just writing over here, carbohydrate is another one. Okay, so let me write carbohydrate is another one, and lipid is another one. This is very important, kindly write it down. These are actually the, that means in the biomolecular level also there is a lot of diversification. Now if you talk over here, what are these biomolecules forming? These biomolecules combine and they are actually giving rise to what? They are giving rise to the next level, that is organelles. Okay, now suppose we talk about one organelle, that is mitochondria. These are the organelles which we have already learned that is present in the cellular level. Okay, so biomolecules are of course there. Biomolecules are of course there over here, which is responsible for the formation of each and every molecule organelles in our body. We can also include over here not only mitochondria, we can also include over here nucleus, because nucleus is also made of the nucleic acid, that is a deoxyribonucleic acid. We have already learned that one. Next is these organelles, what will they make? These organelles will be making the cells. Our next molecular level is the organization level is the cells, right? And the next organizational level, that is the cell, will make the next, that is the tissues. So somehow or the other we are actually relating what we have already learned before, right? And then the tissues are making the organs. The tissues are making the organs. So I'm writing over here all the organizational level over here. Organs, we know that there are variety of tissues in our body, and most of the tissues, they function together to form the organs. Now we are not stopping over here. Our body development has not stopped over here, because we know that there are a lot of other organs which is making the organ system. So when we talk about the organ system, again there is a variety which is we can see. This organ system is giving rise to an individual organism, and then only we can see the species is been formed. Okay, so we can say somewhat directly organism, or we can relate this one as a species. So here, since we are learning about the biodiversity, so very common term we will use over here, that is the species. So there is no point of not understanding in this particular part that how actually there is a change has taken place, right? Taken from the biomolecular level, how we have seen that the diversification has taken place. So diversification has taken place in the biomolecular level, in the organelles level. There are a lot of other organelles in our body. Different cells are there, which is making the tissues. So these are actually very important part, and then only one species is formed. So now suppose we talk about that when the biome was created in the biome, like suppose uh, we see that we consider the earth surface. Okay, now suppose you consider this one as an earth. Now if this earth is considered, that how many years ago this earth is actually formed, and how many years ago we have seen only one organizing organism on this earth. That is very important. So suppose the bacteria has developed on this earth millions and millions and millions of years ago. Now from this particular bacteria, it took actually lot of time. Suppose the bacteria was the first organism which was actually denoted in this earth, and from the bacteria now we have developed into such a diversification. Okay, totally diversified, diversity has actually taken place. Maybe that time only few species of bacteria was present on the earth, and gradually what happened, we have seen lots and lots of changes that has taken place. Insects has come into the biome. Okay, and all these things are actually diversifying the species. So now it took a lot of time to reach. where you are, where I am, it took a lot of time actually to reach from bacteria to the this kind of diversification which we are actually at this stage now. Okay, so this is how we actually learn the stages of biodiversification. Okay, so now we will learn about the next level. What are the levels of the biodiversification? This is our topic today. Okay, levels of biodiversity. When we talk about the levels of biodiversity, biodiversity's levels, three levels are there actually. That means biodiversity can be studied in three different levels. Number one, I will be writing over here all these three levels. Number one, genetic. Number two, species. Number three, ecological diversity. Ecological diversity. So there are three levels of diversity which we will be learning now. Now let us first talk about this particular genetic diversity. This genetic diversity. When we talk about this genetic diversity, you don't have to worry about anything because already the definition is giving you the meaning. That means in this case, gene is the most important factor. If you break it, this syllable wise, if you break it, gene is there. You can see all of you, gene is there. So gene is a very important factor. So this gene is not the same even in the same species. This is very interesting. Gene actually differs, or we say as a genome. The genome or the gene, it differs. Differs where? From species to species. Okay, that is different thing. It differs from species means it differs in the same species also. For example, if I take, like we have already studied variation. In the same species also, there is lot of variation. How can we explain over here? Let us take a species named as bee. So I am writing over here bee. Let us take a species name as bee. Now this species is actually bee, we know. Okay. Now what can be the variety of bee? Like suppose if you want to write this bee, you can write this bee like this. Okay. You can just represent this bee like this. You can represent this bee like this. So in all the case you are representing bee, but the bee is actually there. So here we can say that these are actually the species, different of same species but different genes are actually responsible for their variations. That, like we have seen a small change that is happening in the gene structure, we have already learned that how the variation is created, and because of that even the brothers of the same family, the siblings, are actually different from each other. Twin brothers, twin sisters, they are also different from each other. So this is because of the gene. So if you can imagine a kind of an insect, let's take example of an ant. So if you take an example of an ant, as we know there are how many different varieties of ants are there? We have already discussed this one. How many different varieties of ants are there? There are 20,000 species of ants. Now each 20,000 species, if you take only one species from here, if you take only one species, that one species only, you will see lot of varieties you can see. Okay, in between this one species only you will see lot of variations. So this is somehow is creating a diversity. So that means the level of biodiversity, when we are learning, we have to know first this genetic biodiversity, which is depending mostly on the gene factor. Okay, suppose we take an example of, again I am giving you an example. Suppose how we actually, the environmental biologists, how they study, it is very very difficult actually, but yes they study this one, which is more and more, you can say it is a vast knowledge. For example, I will give you an example of a plant which was found, or which is rather found in the Himalayan areas. This is mentioned in your book also. Even if you can whatever book you follow, this is actually mentioned. I am just writing over here Raulfia. I don't know whether you have heard about this or not. That is Raulfia is a scientific name. Remember, Serpentina. Raulfia serpentina. So this is a scientific name you can understand very nicely. This kind of a plant is growing very nicely in the Himalayan regions. Okay, now if it is growing in the Himalayan regions, this is having a different varieties, and this is actually a medicinal plant. It is a medicinal plant. Now why it is a medicinal plant? From this particular plant a kind of extraction is done. I will just tell you the extraction also. A chemical extraction is done. That chemical is respirine. Kindly note it, the name. The chemical is respirine, and this is produced in the plant Raulfia serpentina. This respirine is found in varieties of Raulfia serpentina in a different concentration. Like suppose which is found in the Himalayan region. Suppose we can say this is mainly found in the foot of the Himalayas. Suppose if you find this plant, this respirine percentage can be more. If you go to the mid of the Himalayan range, this respirine concentration can be little bit less. So that means the concentration of this medicine or the chemical is varying. It is of the same species, but still it is varying. Okay, and this is creating the genetic diversity. And we know actually another example I can give you of this genetic diversification, that is rice. This is very common, I think, so it will be easier for all of you to understand. That is, a rice has so many varieties, so many different varieties. And if you will wonder, you will wonder that how many varieties are there when I will write. That is 50,000. 50,000 varieties of rice are there. Okay, now these 50,000 varieties of rice, it is a rice, that means species is rice, okay, Oryza sativa, okay, but it is actually having so many varieties. That means all are actually different in a gene factor. A little bit of gene is different. Because of that, the variation has taken place. Same thing happens. Very, very common thing is the mango. We know there are lots of varieties of the mango. 1,000 varieties of mango we find around us. Alphonsus mango. Okay, there are a lot of other mango varieties in India which we find. So this is all about, the species is same. Mangifera indica. Mango, I think so you all remember. Mangifera indica is the scientific terminology. So species actually it is same, but because of a certain genetic factor, it becomes a variety. A lot of variety is actually seen in this particular species. So this is because of the genetic, we can say the genetic diversification. Hope I am very much clear over here.